Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Astros beat the Texas Rangers 12-11 in a crazy game where the Astros had one of their best games of the season, but easily could have been one of their worst. It was one inning away from and 3 outs away from being their worst game of the season if the Astros would have not pulled off the comeback in this game. But as much as I want to bring credit into these guys for coming back in this baseball game and hitting the ball amazing in this game, the pitching in this game was atrocious. I know I will give the excuse that the Rangers have been, if not the best, one of the top best hitting teams in baseball. It's either the Rangers or the Rays. But that's still unacceptable. A 10-2 lead, and they take the 11-10 lead in the bottom of the eighth. And Christian Javier, his his third straight horrible start, and that was very, very, very bad to see. It was a struggle pitching wise. Hitting was great, but thank God the bats were able to protect us in this game, or else the series would have been tied up and we wouldn't be, back 3 games of first place. With this win for the Astros today, they get their 5th straight win and win the series, which is they won 3 out of 4 in this series, and they're 3 games back from first place. They haven't been 3 games back of first place in a month. The last time they were back 3 games was June 3rd. Against the the Los Angeles Angels, where they played the Los Angeles Angels and beat them, and that put them in 3rd place. That's literally from today's game. I know it says it's July 4th now because it's like 12:50, but literally when yesterday's game was over, it was an exact month since the Astros were 3 games back. But I think the Astros have some momentum. Going to the All-Star break. They're 3 games back. They have a 2-game series against the Rockies, which is one of the worst teams in baseball, while the Rangers have like a 3 or 4 game series against it's a 3-game series against the Red Sox. And the Red Sox haven't been, great this year, but they've been decent. They're 40, I think they're 40, they're 43 and they were 43 and 42 when I looked earlier. But I think they played today, might have not. So they're either still 43 and 42, or they're 43 and 43, or they won today and they're 44 and 42. So there is a chance maybe the Rangers drop a couple or one to the Red Sox. They're not going to get swept by the Red Sox, but they could lose 1 or 2 to the Red Sox in that series, because the Red Sox have been pretty decent. They've been decent against good teams. They've been mediocre. They've been way better than they were supposed to be. So you're playing a team in the Rockies that are terrible. They're 33 and 53. They're playing a team in the Red Sox who are pretty good. That's some momentum. Then I don't know who they play in their next series. I think it's not a great team. I think it's like the Guardians or something. And then while we play the Mariners, who I know it's a divisional matchup, but the Mariners have been struggling, and we're at home. So I think the Astros have a chance to make a run in this final 6-game homestand to maybe even potentially take the lead in the division, and if not, get really close to the Rangers, like maybe in the area of 2 to a half a game back of first place, if not already in first place. This next 6 games are going to be pivotal for the Astros before the All-Star break to potentially get really close to the Rangers and getting in first place. But let's move on to the game, though, for the Astros, as the Astros won this one 12-11, blew a 10-2 lead, but were able to bounce back in the 9th inning, scoring 2 runs off of Abreu and McCormick doubles. 13 hits for the Astros, 12 for the Rangers. That was another thing that really killed the Astros in this game. 3 errors, 0 for the Rangers, though. Win goes to Abreu. He's 3-2 in the season. He bounced back after some terrible outings recently, but he was way better for the Astros today. He pitched in the 8th inning, I believe. Yeah, he pitched in the 8th inning for the Astros. 0 runs, 0 strikeouts, 0 walks. Loss goes to former Astro who had his Will Smith, who had his had a chance for his 5th straight save and we broke that, gave up 2 earned runs on multiple hits for the Astros. I think it was Tucker who got things started off on a single, then Abreu hit a double, then McCormick hit a double. So it was just a great inning for the Astros off of their former pitcher of last year, Will Smith. Save goes to Ryan Presley, his 18th save. I think that was his 3rd save of the season after all the wins of the series. I think he had every save of the series. His 18th save of the year, pitched the 9th inning, got a strikeout, and Presley has been amazing recently for the Astros in his last maybe 10 or more outings for the Stros. And then the scoring summary for the Astros in this game: Chas McCormick gets it started. I mean, man, he showed him. McCormick has showed him he needs to show Dusty he needs to be playing. McCormick hit a home run. Not only did he hit the first run of the game, he hit the double that gave you the lead in the 9th. So Chas needs to play more. This guy's been on fire, and Dusty avoids to play him. But I think after this series, I know we'll see Chas do good, and then Dusty will not play him. But I think after this series, there's a momentum for maybe Chas to play some more, way more. I mean, he had a home run today. He had a 3 RBI triple in yesterday's game, which if he doesn't hit that, the Astros don't win the game yesterday. He had the first home run of today's ball game that got the Astros going in the second, when they would hit 2 following home runs with Yainer Diaz and a grand slam by Tucker. And then he hit the game-winning double for today for the Astros. And he went 2 for 5 today. So Dusty has to play this guy way more, like an everyday starter. I want to see no Jake Myers in center field no more. I mean, Jake was playing pretty good for a while, but he has been terrible recently. And Chas has been on fire. And you don't want to break that fire streak because McCormick is going crazy right now. But Diaz it would be back-to-back jacks because McCormick would hit a home run, then Diaz would hit a home run. So back-to-back jacks for the Astros. Then the Astros get some runners on board. Doobie with a second inning single, Jokes had a single, then Maldonado had a walk, and then Dubon had a single to keep everybody on with the bases loaded for Kyle Tucker, who would kill one to right center, 433 feet. Jokes scored, Maldonado scored, and Dubon scored at 6-0. Then Taveras would hit a 2-run home run. Janikowski scored 6-2. Bregman RBI single. Altuve scored. Bregman to second, Tucker to third, 7-2. Abreu, man, he's been killing it. His hardest home run was the Houston Astro home run to left center, 352 feet. Tucker scored, and Bregman scored. It's 10-2. But then Janikowski came clutch, as this man was amazing for the Rangers today. Hit a home run to right, 378 feet. Janikowski went 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs in this game. And Young and Heim scored. It's 10-5. Garcia RBI single in the 5th inning. Seager scored. It's 10-6. Janikowski another more RBIs for Janikowski. Single to left. Garcia scored. Young scored. Heim to second. Heim safe at third on fielding error by left fielder Jokes. It's 10-8. Taveras grounded it out at shortstop. Heim scored. Janikowski to second. It's 10-9. Then in the 7th inning, Garcia home run to left center, 412 feet. It's tied up at 10. Corey Seager hit sacrifice fly to right to left. Taveras scored. It's 10-11. And then the Astros in the 9th inning, Tucker gets it off with a single. Abreu doubled to center. Tucker scored 11-11. And then Chas McCormick doubled to left. Abreu scored. It's 12-11. And the Astros get the win over Presley's pitching in the 9th. Astros batters for the day. Altuve had 2 walks and scored 1 run, but was 0 for 3. Mauricio Dubon was 1 for 5, hit a single to keep the Astros going in the 2nd inning and get the bases loaded up for King Tuck. He'd be 1 for 5, though, in this game. Kyle Tucker, player of the game for the Astros in this game, was 4 for 4, was hit by pitch in the 6th inning, scored 3 runs, had a double in the 1st inning that got Altuve to third, and the 2nd inning had a grand slam. In the 4th inning, had a single to left to second, and then the 9th inning got the Astros started with a single to center. So that was it for Tucker, going 4 for 4 today with 4 RBIs, and his batting average is now 295, and his OPS is, I think, over like 850 with this game he had today. Alex Bregman is 1 for 5 in this game with a single RBI single, and that was it. He also scored a run. Abreu was 2 for 5, his 3-run home run, and his game-tying RBI double. Abreu finishes the day with 4 RBIs. his batting average is now 243. His batting average has climbed all the way up. I mean, his batting average was like 219 when he was playing really bad. Chas went 2 for 5, home run in the second inning, game-winning double, and then that was it, going 2 for 5. Then Yanner Diaz hit the home run in the second inning, but only went 1 for 5. That was his only hit. Corey Julks went 2 for 5, single to center second inning, and also had a single to center in the fifth inning. And Maldonado was 0 for 3, but did have a... That's Corey Julks, my bad. Did have a walk in the second inning and scored a run in the ball game off of Tucker's grand slam. Christian Javier, his third. We keep saying his worst start. I mean, the first start of his last 3 was his worst start of his career. His last start before this start, which was his second start of these 3 games, was his worst start of his career. And now this is his worst start of his career. Was not even able to go 5 innings, went 4.1, gave up 9 hits and 8 earned runs and fought 4 strikeouts. And Javi has been struggling recently. I give the excuse that that the first game was against the Rangers, but the first 2 games, I mean most recent game was against the Rangers, but the last 2 games were against the Mets and the Cardinals. So that's not an excuse. So I know Javi is probably scheduled to have one more start before the All-Star break because the Astros have 6 games left. But honestly, if I'm Dusty Baker, I'm skipping over Christian Javier's, next start. It's nothing bad towards him. I love Christian Javier, but give him some extra time to rest over. If you skip his start before the All-Star break, you're giving him, like 10 days of rest. Leading up to the All-Star break. So, getting back to the All-Star break. So, skip his start and, you get him back. I think it would be good for him, especially with his last 3 starts. Give him some rest. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. But Phil Maton would pitch the rest of the 5th inning, give up a hit, gave up a walk, had a strikeout, didn't give up any earned runs. Ryan Stanek would pitch the 6th and got through the inning. Hector Neris pitched the what is that, the 6th? No, that's the 7th. Gave up 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. Then Abreu, who got the win for the Astros, gave up 1 hit but was fine with everything else. And then Ryan Presley got the save with a strikeout. So good one for the Astros, but they nearly lost this game really badly. You guys, what are your thoughts, Astros fans? As the Astros will have a 2-game series against the Rockies moving forward tomorrow on the 4th of July holiday. Well, it's already the 4th of July, but it's 1 o'clock, so we'll see. You guys, what are your thoughts, Astros fans? That's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, and peace out. Go Astros.